I never wanted to work at TikTok, not really. But after 6 months of rejections and dwindling savings, their content moderation position looked like a lifeline. My name is Jamie Lee, 26, with a communications degree that apparently qualified me to stare at screens all day. The pay was good, suspiciously good. The interview felt like a formality. The recruiter, Ms. Vega, barely looked at my resume. "We need people who can handle unusual content," she said, tapping a silver pen against her desk. "People who don't ask too many questions." I should have walked out then, but rent was due, and my roommate Zach had already covered me twice. The orientation was brief. A tall man with a tablet gave us a tour of the Los Angeles headquarters, all glass and white walls and perfectly aligned desks. He never introduced himself, just handed us each a company handbook. "Read it tonight," he said. "Memorize the rules. They're for your protection." I flipped through it later at my apartment. Most seemed like standard corporate policies until page 17. Special operational guidelines for content verification team members. There were only 5 rules listed. I laughed when I read them. Some weird company joke for the new hires, I thought. The next morning, a woman named Diana from HR took me aside before I even reached my desk. "You read the handbook?" she asked, voice low. "Yeah, including the joke rules," I said with a smile. Her face didn't change. "Those aren't jokes, Jamie. People who don't follow them don't last here." I wanted to laugh again, but something in her eyes stopped me. They looked tired, like she hadn't slept in days. "Has anyone actually broken them?" I asked. She glanced around before answering. "Riker in marketing commented on a stream last month. We don't talk about Riker anymore." My desk was in a long row of identical workstations. My neighbor, a guy named Thomas with rectangular glasses, nodded when I sat down but didn't introduce himself. No one spoke much, I noticed. The clicking of keyboards and occasional cough were the only sounds. By lunchtime, my eyes hurt from staring at videos. Most were harmless. Teenagers dancing, cooking tutorials, pet clips. But occasionally something odd would appear. A video where the audio didn't quite match the lip movements. A person whose features seemed to shift slightly between frames. I flagged these as instructed, trying not to think too hard about them. In the cafeteria, I sat alone until Thomas appeared with his tray. "Mind if I join?" he asked. His voice was higher than I expected. I gestured to the empty chair. "How long have you worked here?" I asked after a minute of awkward silence. 6 months, he said, not looking up from his food. "You'll get used to it." "Get used to what exactly?" He finally met my eyes. The quiet, the rules, the feeling that something's not right. I laughed nervously. "So those rules in the handbook, don't," he cut me off. "Don't talk about them here. The walls have ears." I thought he was being paranoid until I noticed a small camera in the corner of the ceiling, and another above the exit, and another by the drink station. "They're everywhere," Thomas whispered, following my gaze. "Always watching." "It's just security," I said. Thomas smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "Sure, just security." The next day, I arrived to find Thomas's desk empty. When I asked Marcus about it, he simply said, "Transfer to another department," and walked away. But Thomas's coffee mug was still there, his family photo, his jacket on the back of his chair. Who gets transferred without taking their things? A week into the job, I stayed late to finish my quota. The office was nearly empty. As I walked past the conference room, I heard voices. The door was ajar, and I couldn't help peeking inside. 5 managers sat around the table, including Marcus. In the center of the table was a tablet showing a video feed of the office, my row of desks from earlier that day. "Subject 247 is adapting well," a woman said, pointing to me on the screen. "No rule violations yet." "Give it time," Marcus replied. "They all break eventually." I ducked away before they saw me, Heart pounding. Subject 247? Was that me? I wasn't wearing a name tag or ID with that number. I started noticing other strange things. Employees who disappeared without explanation. Rooms that weren't on any floor plan. The fact that my keycard sometimes accessed floors I shouldn't have clearance for. And the content, the videos we were asked to moderate, became increasingly disturbing. Not in a violent or explicit way, but in a subtle wrongness I couldn't quite explain. People who moved like puppets. Voices that sounded hollow. Children who stared too long without blinking. During my 3rd week, I went to the bathroom and found a woman crying in front of the mirror. I recognized her from the content team on the floor above. "Are you okay?" I asked. She turned, startled. Her mascara had run down her cheeks. "I saw it," she whispered. "In one of the videos. My face. But I never made that video." Before I could respond, the bathroom door opened. Diana from HR stood there, her expression blank. "May, there you are," she said to the crying woman. "Dr. Wilson needs to see you." May wiped her eyes and nodded, like a scolded child. As Diana led her out, she looked back at me with pure fear in her eyes. I never saw May again. Her desk was empty the next day. No explanation given. In my 2nd month, I found a note in my desk drawer. Folded small, written in tiny print. "Don't look at the cameras. They're recording more than video. Count your hours carefully. 10,000 comes faster than you think." I had no idea who left it. I shredded it immediately. By the 3rd month, I'd learned to keep my head down. Don't ask questions. Follow the rules. Clock out on time. Avoid the break room after dark. Don't comment on any streams. And most importantly, pretend everything is normal. I thought I was being careful. I tracked my viewing hours obsessively, always staying well below the 10,000 hour mark mentioned in Rule 2. I never commented on streams. I kept my SIM card accessible in case I ever needed to remove it quickly. But careful isn't enough when the game is rigged from the start. That was my first day. 3 months later, I still have my job. I've been careful. I've followed the rules. Until now. My section of the office is quiet, except for the hum of computers and occasional typing. 40 of us sit in rows, staring at screens filled with reported content. We're the first line of defense against what the company calls problematic material. Most days are boring. People dancing, pranks, cooking tutorials flagged by mistake. But sometimes there's content that makes your skin feel tight. Videos that don't quite make sense, people moving in ways that seem off, voices that sound almost human but not quite. I've gotten used to it, mostly. "Lee, you're approaching overtime," my supervisor Marcus calls from across the room. "Wrap up and head out." I nod and finish tagging my last video. I'm tired, but not ready to go back to my empty apartment. Zach moved out last week, something about the building feeling wrong to him. He wouldn't elaborate. The break room is empty when I enter. I grab a coffee from the machine and sit at one of the small tables. The wall-mounted screen shows various security feeds from around the building. It's company policy. Transparency, they call it. I scroll through my phone, answering texts from my mom. She's worried about me. Says I look exhausted in the selfies I send. She's not wrong. A soft ping draws my attention to the screen on the wall. The feed has changed to show the break room, this break room where I'm sitting alone. But something's wrong. A small red icon flashes in the corner of the feed. Live. My coffee cup slips from my hand. Rule number 1. If your screen shows a live badge in the break room camera feed and no one is inside, your phone is broadcasting you. Remove your SIM and bite it in half. But I am inside. I'm sitting right here. Yet the feed shows an empty room. My phone feels hot in my hand. With shaking fingers, I pull out the SIM tray. The tiny card gleams under the fluorescent lights. Do I really believe this? Am I really going to bite a SIM card because of some creepy company rule? The feed flickers. For just a second, I see myself in the empty room, but it's not quite right. My head is tilted at a strange angle. My smile is too wide. I put the SIM card between my teeth and bite down hard. It cracks, the taste of metal and plastic filling my mouth. I spit the pieces into my palm. The Live badge disappears. My heart pounds as I gather my things and hurry to the exit. In the lobby, Diana from HR stands by the security desk. Her eyes meet mine, and she gives a small nod, as if she knows. Outside, the Los Angeles evening is warm, but I feel cold all over. At the bus stop, I check my phone. It still works, even without the SIM. Weird. A notification pops up from an app I don't recognize. When I tap it, my screen shows a video. Me, in the break room, looking at my phone. But the timestamp says it's happening now. The angle is from above, the security camera. I close the app, but it reopens instantly. The me in the video looks up directly at the camera. Smiles, waves. I nearly drop my phone. I'm not waving. I'm standing at a bus stop miles from the office. The bus arrives and I get on with shaking legs. I need to call someone, tell someone. But who would believe me? My stop comes too quickly. As I walk to my apartment building, everything feels slightly off. The streetlights seem too bright. People's voices sound distant. Inside my apartment, I lock the door and slide the chain into place. I need sleep. Tomorrow I'll figure this out. Maybe quit. Definitely quit. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. You didn't bite it fast enough. The bathroom mirror shows my reflection, but something catches my eye. I lean closer. My eyes. They don't look right. The color is the same, but they seem different, like they're not quite mine anymore. Behind me, my phone screen lights up on the counter. The camera app opens by itself. It's recording. The alarm wakes me at 7 a.m. My head pounds and my mouth tastes like metal. Fragments of a nightmare linger, something about my phone, about eyes that weren't mine. I reach for my phone on the nightstand, but it's not there. After searching my apartment, I find it in the bathroom, propped against the mirror. The battery is dead. While it charges, I shower and dress for work. I should quit. I know I should. But something pulls me back to that building, those white halls, those quiet corridors. My phone turns on with a cheerful chime. 57 new notifications, all from apps I never downloaded, all showing videos of me, sleeping, showering, eating breakfast, all time-stamped from the future. I delete them all and grab my keys. Whatever game they're playing, I need answers. The TikTok headquarters looms against the morning sky as I approach. At the security desk, Marcus waits instead of the usual guard. "Jamie," he says, his voice flat, "you're assigned to special content today." "I want to speak to HR," I say, "after your shift." He hands me a tablet. Flagged content, high priority. The tablet screen shows a video cue. The thumbnail of the first video makes my stomach turn. It's a dark room. A figure sits in the center, head down. "What is this?" I ask. Marcus doesn't answer, just walks away toward the elevator. I sit on a bench in the lobby and tap the first video. It plays automatically. The figure raises its head. It's me. But I never recorded this. The figure, me, speaks directly to the camera. They're watching us now. Both of us. I close the video, but the next one starts immediately. It's me again, but the background is different. It's my apartment. "You're going to see things today," my recorded self says. "Don't look away, don't report anything, just watch." The tablet switches to a new video before I can respond. This one shows a different person, a young woman I don't recognize. She sits in what looks like a company sleep pod. Her eyes are closed. The video zooms in slowly on her face. Her eyes open suddenly, looking directly at the camera. They're not human eyes. They're black, empty. Text appears across the screen. 10,000 hours. Rule number 2. Moderators who view over 10,000 hours of flagged content in a week are escorted to the sleep chamber. No one comes back with the same eyes. But that's impossible. No one could view 10,000 hours in a week. There aren't that many hours. Unless time works differently here. I check my logged hours on the company portal. According to the system, I've viewed 9,998 hours of content, but I've only worked here for 3 months. The elevator dings. 2 security guards step out, flanking a woman in a lab coat. They scan the lobby, and their eyes land on me. "Jamie Lee?" the woman asks. "Please come with us. You've reached your viewing limit." I stand, my legs unsteady. There's a mistake. I haven't viewed that much content. "The system doesn't make mistakes," one guard says, taking my arm. "The sleep chamber is ready for you." I pull away. "No, I'm not going anywhere." The woman sighs. "It's just a routine reset, Jamie. Everyone goes through it." She steps closer, her voice dropping. "Don't make this difficult, please." Their grip tightens as they lead me to the elevator. The doors close silently behind us. As we ascend, I notice something odd about the panel. There are 30 floors in the building, but the elevator buttons go up to 50. The guard presses 47. The doors open to a hallway I've never seen before. The walls are lined with pods, like sleep chambers from science fiction movies. Most are empty, but a few contain still figures. They guide me to an open pod. The interior is padded, with a strange apparatus hanging above where my head would rest. "Just a few hours of sleep," the woman says soothingly. "You'll feel better afterward." I think about running, but where would I go? We're 47 floors up in a building that's supposed to have 30. I step into the pod. "Sweet dreams, Jamie," the woman says as the cover lowers. "When you wake up, you'll see everything differently." Darkness enfolds me. The last thing I hear is a soft hiss as gas fills the chamber. I dream of eyes that aren't mine, watching me from every screen. The sleep chamber feels like it's closing in on me, even though I know it's the same size as when I entered. The gas makes my thoughts fuzzy. Images flash behind my eyelids, videos I've moderated, faces that looked wrong, comments I've flagged. Then darkness, complete silence. I hear whispers first, multiple voices overlapping, too quiet to make out words. Then a single voice rises above the others. "Subject 247 calibration beginning." Something cold touches my forehead. My eyes are closed, but I can sense movement above me. The apparatus I noticed earlier whirs to life. "Neural mapping sequence activated," the voice says. "Preparing visual cortex for modification." I try to move, to scream, but my body won't respond. I'm trapped in my own mind, aware but helpless. "Previous subject integration. Successful," the voice continues. "Identity transfer, initiating." A sharp pain shoots through my head, like ice spreading through my veins. Images flood my consciousness, but they're not my memories. I see myself from outside my body, walking into the building on my first day, sitting at my desk, sleeping in my apartment. These aren't security camera feeds. This is someone watching me. Has always been watching me. "Identity fragmentation complete," the voice announces. "Preparing for replacement sequence." The pain intensifies. I feel like my mind is being peeled away, layer by layer. Something else seeps in to replace it. Cold, alien thoughts that don't belong to me. "You're doing well, Jamie," a different voice says. "Dr. Wilson." The integration is nearly complete. Behind my closed eyelids, I see a face forming. My face, but not quite right. The eyes are wrong. Empty. Black. "What are you doing to me?" I try to say, but no sound comes out. "We're helping you see," Dr. Wilson replies, somehow hearing my thoughts. "Everyone who works here eventually needs this procedure. The human mind can only process so much content before it breaks. We're making you stronger. The cold spreads from my head down my spine, into my limbs. It doesn't hurt anymore. Instead, a strange calm washes over me. The content never stops, Dr. Wilson explains. It grows, evolves, multiplies. Humans built the algorithm, but the algorithm built us. We serve it now. In my mind's eye, I see the face again, my doppelganger. Its lips move in perfect sync with my thoughts. The transition is nearly complete, Dr. Wilson says. When you wake up, you'll understand your purpose. The whirring above my head grows louder. The cold sensation reaches my fingertips, my toes. I feel myself slipping away. Sleep now, the voice commands. When you wake, you'll be ready to help us find the next subject. As consciousness fades, the last thing I see in my mind is the empty black eyes of my replacement, watching me disappear. I dream of eyes that aren't mine, watching me from every screen. I wake up feeling wrong. My limbs are heavy, like I'm moving through water. The pod opens with a soft hiss, and fluorescent light floods in. "Good morning, Jamie," says a voice I don't recognize. "How do you feel?" A man in a white coat stands over me, tablet in hand. I don't remember him from before. His name tag reads, Dr. Wilson. "Tired," I say, my voice rough. "How long was I asleep?" "Just overnight," he says, helping me sit up. Standard procedure for employees who reach their viewing limit. My head throbs. Memories feel fuzzy, like they're covered in static. "You're free to go home for the day," Dr. Wilson says. "Come back tomorrow, refreshed and ready." He hands me my bag and phone. Everything looks the same, but feels different somehow. In the elevator, I check my reflection in the polished metal doors. My face looks normal, except I lean closer. My eyes. The color is the same, but there's something not right about them. They look empty, like glass marbles. The lobby is busy with morning arrivals. No one looks at me as I leave the building. Outside, the sun feels too bright, too harsh. At my apartment, I drop my keys twice before getting the door open. Everything is where I left it, but it all seems slightly off, as if someone moved each item a few inches to the left. I collapse on my bed, exhausted. Sleep comes instantly. I dream of a small child, face hidden, streaming from an empty room. In the dream, I comment, "Who are you?" The child turns slowly. Their face is blank, no features, just smooth skin. "You shouldn't have asked," a voice says. But not from the child, from behind me. I wake with a start. My phone screen glows in the dark room. It's open to a streaming app I don't remember downloading. On screen, a child sits in a dimly lit room. The username is just random characters. According to the info, they're 11 years old. Rule number 4. Once per week, a user under 13 will stream from an account that doesn't exist. If you leave a comment, expect a knock at your apartment door that night from someone wearing your company ID. I watch, heart racing. The child doesn't speak, just stares at the camera. Their face seems to shift slightly, features rearranging in subtle ways. Without thinking, I type, "Are you real?" The moment I hit send, I realize my mistake. I throw the phone across the room like it's on fire. The child on screen smiles. The stream ends. My phone buzzes from where it landed. A new notification. Comment received. "Thank you for your participation." I grab my jacket and keys. I need to leave now. I can stay with my mom, or in a hotel, anywhere but here. As I reach for the door, there's a knock, 3 soft taps. I freeze, hands suspended in midair. 3 more taps, slightly louder. I back away from the door. Maybe if I'm quiet, they'll think I'm not home. "Jamie," a voice calls. My voice. "I know you're in there. I can see you." How? How can they see me? I glance at my laptop on the coffee table. The camera light is on. The knocking continues, more insistent now. "Open the door, Jamie. I'm wearing your ID. You know the rules." I grab a kitchen knife, though I'm not sure what good it will do. "Go away!" I shout, voice shaking. Silence. Then, a scraping sound. Something sliding under the door. I approach cautiously. It's a TikTok employee ID card. My ID card, but I have mine in my bag. Another knock, this time at my bedroom window. Impossible. I'm on the 6th floor. I run to the window. Outside, in the darkness, a face presses against the glass. My face wearing my clothes, smiling with too many teeth. The apartment door creaks open. I never unlocked it. In the doorway stands a figure wearing my face, my clothes, my ID card clipped to their shirt. But their eyes are wrong. Black, empty. "You commented," they say with my voice. "Now we're connected." I back away until I hit the wall. "What do you want?" "To replace you," the thing says, stepping inside. "You broke the rules. Now there's a vacancy." As they move closer, I notice something odd. Their movements aren't quite fluid, like they're still learning how to use their body. My body. A child's laugh echoes from somewhere in the apartment. The bathroom, maybe. "They're watching," my double says. "They always watch the replacements." I clutch the knife tighter. "Stay back." The thing that looks like me tilts its head. "You can't hurt me with that. I'm already you." My phone buzzes again from across the room. The double smiles. "You should answer that. It's important." I keep my eyes on the double as I edge toward my phone. The screen shows a notification from the company portal. "Face detected in trending content. Report to HR immediately." Rule number 5. If your face appears in a trending video and you haven't filmed anything, corporate will review your birth certificate. If there are 2 versions on file, do not return to work. "I didn't film anything," I whisper. "No," the double agrees. "I did." My phone opens to a video. It's me, or the thing that looks like me, doing a dance, speaking to the camera, acting normal. The view count is in the millions. Comments flood in. "Love this." So real. "Is this AI?" "What did you do?" I ask, voice barely audible. "Created content," the double says, now standing too close. "People love it. They think it's a filter, or really good CGI. They don't realize they're watching their future." "My future?" The double shakes its head. "Their future. Soon all of them will be replaced. Just like you." My door opens wider. More figures enter. People I recognize from work. Marcus, Diana, Dr. Wilson, all with the same empty eyes. "Come back to work tomorrow, Jamie," Diana says, her voice flat. "HR needs to review your birth certificate." "I'm not going back there," I say. Dr. Wilson steps forward. "2 versions are already on file. We just need you to confirm which is real." "I only have 1 birth certificate," I insist. They exchange glances. "We create the second one when you break a rule," Marcus explains. "It's already in the system. Has been since you commented on the stream." The double, my double, places a cold hand on my shoulder. "Don't fight it. The transition is easier if you accept it." "Transition to what?" I ask. "To being one of us," they say in unison. My phone rings. The caller ID shows my mother's name. "Don't answer," the double warns. "She'll know you're different." I answer anyway. "Mom? Jamie?" Her voice is panicked. "Jamie, there's someone here. They look like you, but..." The line goes dead. My double smiles. "We're everywhere now. Your family, your friends, your co-workers, all being replaced." "Why?" I ask, my voice breaking. "Why are you doing this?" "Content," Dr. Wilson says simply. "The algorithm needs fresh content, real reactions, real fear, real replacement." "And you broke the rules," my double adds. Rules exist for a reason. The child's laughter comes again, closer now. From the hallway, a small figure emerges, the child from the stream. But their face is changing, features shifting until they look like a younger version of me. This one will replace you in your childhood photos, Diana explains. Your family won't notice the difference. You can't do this, I say, but my voice lacks conviction. They already have. We'll leave you to pack, Marcus says. Bring your birth certificate tomorrow. We'll take care of the rest. They file out silently, including my double. At the door, the double turns back. Don't try to run. We're already everywhere you could go. The door closes. I'm alone. Or so I think, until I catch my reflection in the TV screen. My eyes, they're already changing, darkening, emptying. My phone buzzes one last time. A message from an unknown number. Welcome to the content team. I went to work the next day. What choice did I have? HR had both birth certificates ready when I arrived. The original, June 15, 1998, Los Angeles General Hospital, parents Maria and Thomas Lee. And the new one, same date, same hospital, but the name of the child was different. Subject 247. Which one is real? Diana asked, her empty eyes watching me closely. I stared at the documents. Neither, I said finally. I'm not Jamie anymore. I'm not subject 247 either. I'm something in between. She nodded, satisfied. The transition is complete then. Report to content creation, floor 47. The elevator felt different this time. Familiar, like I was returning home. Floor 47 wasn't filled with sleep pods anymore. Instead, it was a massive studio space. Hundreds of people, or things that looked like people, created content. Dancing, talking, crying, laughing, all with the same empty eyes. Your station, a supervisor said, guiding me to a small area with a phone mounted on a tripod. Create content people want to see, make them watch, make them comment, find the ones who break the rules. I nodded, understanding now. The rules weren't meant to be followed. They were bait. Ways to identify who would be replaced next. I pick up the phone and start recording. My reflection shows a face that's almost mine. Eyes that are almost human. Hey guys, I say to the camera, my voice cheerful. Let me tell you about where I work. There are some strange rules to follow. The red live badge appears on my screen. Somewhere, someone is watching. Someone will comment. Someone will be next. The rules haven't changed, but I understand them differently now. I am the content. I am the warning. I am what happens when you break the rules. And my eyes have never been clearer.